Hello, everybody. How's it going? What a season we had. We came in, we won the Stanley Cup, we beat out the Vegas Golden Knights, and we got that big victory we've been chasing for decades. The monkey's off the back. Can we repeat? That is where our season is looking, and that's where we're headed. A repeat. We want to go back-to-back Stanley Cups. After we've got it, we don't want to give it up. Lord Stanley's back in Toronto, and we're excited. I'm happy everyone came. I'm happy everybody's celebrating the big Leaf Stanley Cup win. And the biggest question, the biggest ask, and the biggest thing that I've seen in social media that I've been presented with as the biggest fan base question is Austin Matthews. They want Austin Matthews back. Austin Matthews wants to come back, and we will look this offseason if that is a possibility. If there's a chance that we can get Austin Matthews back, we will take it because Johansson, Bedard, Matthews, Lundstrom, Gunther, dangerous players we have on this team. But at the same time, we have to start looking at signing some of these players. And Bedard is coming up to getting ready for an extension. Connor Brown as well is up for extension this year. We've had a lot of questions about keeping Connor Brown, and the answer is depending. We have to see what we can negotiate. We have to see after we talk to Connor Brown's agent how he's feeling and what we're thinking about doing there. But if the money's right, we could see Connor Brown staying in this club. We wouldn't mind him staying, right? He's a big part of why we won the Stanley Cup. He's a big part of our run the year before that we lost against Edmonton in the Stanley Cup Finals. So Connor Brown is not somebody we want to let go of easily, and it's going to be a decision that will be hard to make or easy to make depending on the money. So I thank everyone for coming to this press conference, but let's get into this offseason and see what we can get our hands on and see if we can get ready to build a team to push for the second Stanley Cup of the Toronto Maple Leafs franchise run we've got going on here for the dynasty. But let's go and let's see what we can do. I'll catch you guys at the start of the regular season. No more questions today for the press conference. If you want anything answered, put it in social media. We'll read the questions in social media and we will address them here in our press conference. But let's get into it, guys. The Tampa Bay Lightning have fired their head coach. The New Jersey Devils have jumped from 7th all the way up to 1st, winning the draft lottery. What a jump for the New Jersey Devils. What did we get for retirement? Joe Thornton, gone. Tyler Bertuzzi, hanging up the skates. Wow, 39-year-old undrafted Tyler Bertuzzi, 888 games, not bad for an undrafted player. And we loved him in Toronto, but, we had to move on for our rebuild. The organization did. I don't know if I could have done that. I love Tyler Bertuzzi. Nick Backstrom retires. Anze Kopitar, Jeff Carter, James Neal. We are starting to get into some big retirements and big names leaving the NHL. Kopitar and Backstrom stay with their organizations to be a part of it as a coach. Big pickups by those clubs. James Neal, Thomas Greiss, and big old Mark Bukowski becoming scouts. Let's go. And then retirement for coaches will be just fine. And here we are into the NHL draft, which, if I do believe, yes, we do not have a draft pick until 224th overall, which is okay because I don't really see anything that jumps out. If I had seen a franchise tag, we would have been all over it like we were with Oscar Johansson. We would have done what we had to do to make that pick happen, but, we don't have to worry about it. So we are just going to go right to our pick at 224, get this draft done and out of the way. Wildly incorrect sniper at 5'11" from the SHL that has elite potential. I would almost rather go with the top 9 guaranteed potential. It's still kind of low. Swing for the fences. It's the bajillionth round pick. Just swing for the fences. Our only draft pick of the year. And now it is time to start re-signing contracts before we look into free agency and see what we can get into. Connor Bedard, we will sign his contract before this season starts. We will get that right out of the way and hopefully sign him for cheaper than what he's going to cost because he is going to be an arm and a leg. Tarasenko, wants to sign an extension, but again, what is it? He's 33 years old. He wants $10 million. Unfortunately, Tarasenko, we are gonna have to release you. $10 million for Terry is just ridiculous. Connor Brown, is he gonna want Stanley Cup champion money? He is gonna want Stanley Cup champion money. $7 million is just too much for Connor Brown. We're gonna have to let him go. Dylan Guenther now, on the other hand, is a young upcoming prospect on our team. I know he's 22, but he has potential. I'd much rather sign him to long term, as we know he's probably really not going anywhere. I will give Dylan the 7.8 he is after for 6 years. That gets him to 28 years old, and I don't really think we need to seek for any higher than that. I think that's gold right there, unless, yeah, he wants another $1 million to go another year. So we'll keep him right at that contract. Hopefully that's something he's interested in. Victor Olofsson's only 29. So if this is reasonable, which it is, $2.8 million for 1 year, I'm happy signing that contract. He can be a bottom 6 guy, reliable, and hopefully he can do good things for us. 31 years old. I think it's time to move on from Murray. He's been a good depth guy, but I'm not paying a depth guy $3 million a year. I'm going to try to get Raquel. He's okay with a two-way deal. He wants $50K more a year, which is $150,000 for the three years of the contract. So we're gonna see if we can get him with that, but I don't think he will. Again, we got another young buck here. We're just gonna give him his two-way contract. Gaudette is not willing to take a two-way contract. If he'll come 1 year, one flat, we'll take him. Other than that, he can get moving. Armia is 32 years old, looking for not bad money, but I feel like we could find a better bottom 6 than Armia. Like right here, we got Dennis Malgin, 28 years old. He's looking at a two-way contract, which means we can put him up, bring him down, do what we need to do to make him fit on the squad. And those are the bottom, like the fourth line guys we're looking for. Again, Curtis Douglas willing to just keep taking those two-way cheap deals. So yeah, we'll just keep signing. Hopefully we can get him for 3 years. That'd be a big signing. Wouldn't have to worry about him again. And again, two-way deals, sign it and forget it. Mac Hollowell, what is he gonna want? He will stay on a 2-year deal. Carl Dahlstrom, what does he want? I think we'll let him go. We'll let him go, and it's time to play a prospect and a developing player in a more predominant role. 66 overall. You can go. We are not going to sign anybody, even our young stud here in the 7th round. We're not going to sign him. What is our goalie situation looking like? Our goalie situation is very rough. The only one under contract is Samsonov, which is good. Varlamov is probably going to want a 2. Wow, okay, that's not too rich of a contract. We will sign him. He'll be a good backup. If he falls apart, we can get rid of him. James Reimer, again, good backup. And Joseph Wool, maybe if he can develop, we can keep him on. Willing to take that 2-year contract. Is he willing to make it a 3-year contract and just lock him in as our AHL starter? Not great, but 74 overall. We got to start releasing some of these goalies, as we can't have a ton of goalies on our contracts. They just take up space. Before we go ahead, we're gonna see who our we're gonna see who pending free agents are. But Austin Matthews could potentially get to free agency, and if he does, we're offering him a fat contract, guys. If he does not get to free agency, that is pretty much the team that he's on saying we want him and we're not trading him away. Olofsson stays. Varlamov stays. Guenther stays, which is nice because that was a big deal. That's one we hopefully are ahead of, and he's going to develop nicely. Reimer rejects the contract. I'm okay with that. Reimer can go. Malgin stays. Raquel did not like the length of the contract. I don't think that was what that was. Everybody else is staying. Gaudette didn't like the contract, but we cheaped out on Gaudette. It was an easy decision for Wool. Everybody is being a team player here, which is nice to see. But we really didn't sign any veterans back. So we scroll down here. Gaudette Raquel was interested in taking a two-way deal. So we'll sign him. We'll bury him. And if we need him, he's there. Gaudette was not willing to take a two-way deal, but we might just have to sign him. If need be, we'll trade him. And then our goaltending, James Reimer, we will just release him, and if need be, we'll figure out our goal situation. But we've got a great starter, a great backup, a good AHLer, and a hopefully soon-to-be good AHLer as well. And they both renew because we gave them exactly what they wanted. And now for the moment of truth. Did Austin Matthews sign? Can we bring him back to the organization? He did sign. So Austin Matthews stays in Arizona for the remainder of his career. We're not pulling him out of there when he's signing big deals. 27-year-old Chikrin. Tarasenko, somebody can sign that. We're not doing it. Sebastian Aho would be a big signing. But would that clutter the top line? Cole Caulfield is too young. It would cost way too much in draft picks. I think Chikrin and Aho are the desired contracts right now to go after. Our centers are actually very good. Like, I don't see our centers being a problem. He's still young and developing. He might become an 87 this year. So like we can't just shoo him away. And Stevenson's good, and Raquel or Gaudette can be our bottom line center. And then left wing, I mean, we know we're good there. And right wing, we have Robert Thomas and Olofsson. So I'm assuming we could probably try to get after another right winger. And then D, we're very young and very good. So I don't think Chikrin's somebody we need to bring on. I mean, he wouldn't hurt. We'll send him an offer, see what he says. But if we bring on Chikrin, that pushes out some people we're trying to develop. So I don't know about that one. I think it's the right side that we need to work on. Losing Tarasenko was tough, but Jesse Puljujarvi. That is a 34-year-old contract, which we'll put our head in the ring for Puljujarvi. Noah Dobson is still an RFA, so we're not going to get our hands on him. Blake Wheeler's too old. Konechny now wouldn't be bad. That would give us a lot of depth. Because that would give us Puljujarvi, Konechny, and Thomas. He wants 2 years, which puts him to 30. But would he feel comfortable rocking the second line when he wants to be a third liner? Or sorry, would he feel comfortable rocking the third line when he wants to be a second liner? I think the way we go is with Taylor Radish. We offer him a contract. 1 year, the $2 million he's asking for. Same with Wade Allison. He wants a 2 year, which I'm okay with because that contract's not killing. So we can work that in there. And a good bottom six guy. We gotta go get him. Everyone loves good grinders for the playoffs, and I think he'd really help out. I feel like I almost gotta check the goalie situation. I'm okay with our goalies. I don't feel like throwing $1 at any of these guys as the play, as I feel like the team is developing nicely. So we're going to advance a couple of days and see what kind of contracts we can get signed here. So Taylor Radish stays. Wade Allison stays. Well, stays. They're signing. Colster signs. I don't know why I keep saying stay when signed. Puljujarvi has accepted the contract, which is nice. We're waiting on some more. Come on. Am I not waiting on another contract? Oh no, it was Radish and Puljujarvi. Yes, I didn't take another second. Yes. Okay, my bad. Oversight on my part. And I think that's good. If Taylor Radish is anywhere near an 82 to an 85, I think that's going to be very good. Very good right side. Very strong left side. Very deep in the middle. And our defense, I trust in this decor. I really do. And then our goaltending, you can't go wrong here. I think we're good. I think we're set up for another great season. Who is still in free agency? Pavelski is still there. Dobson is still there, but he's an RFA, so that doesn't really count. He wants a fat contract. We almost forgot to check the awards, guys. Toronto got the Stanley Cup. McDavid got the Ross. We knew that though, right? We knew he just beat Bedard out. But Bedard got the Hart. So there's that. Adam Fox gets the James Norris. The Lady Byng goes to Kucherov for the 3rd straight year. Woo-wee. Rookie of the year. No doubt it goes back to back to the Toronto Maple Leafs. Connor Bedard last year. Johansson this year. Let's go. Unfortunately, we don't have anyone coming in this year to get it, but Johansson gets the Conn Smythe. Can't hate that. Freddie Anderson gets the Vezina. Nice. And the Jennings. Bill Masters. What? Are we serious? We won the Stanley Cup after a bajillion decades. The Selke, let's go. Ted Lindsay goes to Bedard. We were bringing home some iron. The Richard goes to Bedard again, bringing home iron. We love it when they bring home the brass. Here we go. I mean, it's only gonna get more expensive from there, right? We just sign it now and be on our way. Let's see if he'll take an 8-year deal. That'd be saucy. Hope these guys get back to me. It was an easy decision to extend my contract. We have just locked in Kaminsky, 8 years, $5 million. Now we just need to develop the kid. Excuse me? Whoa. We had a chance at Connor Bedard for $11 million, and the Kaminsky deal got us. We want Bedard for 8. We got to move on from him. I didn't even see Walker in the lineup. They signed him for $10 million. What a sweetheart of a deal. There we go. We got rid of him. We can sign Bedard. Well, let's go. Didn't hurt our decor at all. Not even going to notice him. We'll give him $25,000 a year more than Austin Matthews. That actually saved us. We almost got him for $11.5 when now we're hopefully getting him for $10.8. How did we just lock into that? Hopefully Connor Bedard signs that, and he was ecstatic to sign his contract. What a great offseason, guys. Unfortunately, we didn't get a chance at Matthews, but we locked in Connor Bedard for the next 8 years. Next year, we're going to look at locking in Johansson at the same time. Right before the year starts, we do not want him going into RFA. We do not want him playing his last year of his contract with that hanging over his head. So now we've locked in our contracts. We've got a great looking team, and I think we're ready for another push at the Stanley Cup. So I do thank everyone for coming out. But with that being said, we're going to wrap up this press conference, and we will catch you at the next one before we start the regular season.